So hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Audi TT. Today we're going to be putting it back together again. So everyone, today we are going to be trying to install the new cam chain tensioner. Now, as you can see, this one is slightly different to the one that I had taken off in that it has the variable valve timing solenoid. So we're now going to try and get this in place, time it up properly, and hopefully that's going to solve our starting issues. If not, then we're going to have to start looking elsewhere. Let's get cracking. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this chain completely out of the way, lift out the intake cam, move it out completely so that I can get this installed. Then I need to try and put the chain around it and make sure that those 16 links are in between both timing marks. So let's try and get this in. Okay, I actually don't know how I managed to get that in. I was going to do it and then I was going to explain how I did it, but I kind of twisted the cam, slid it in, and then kind of twisted the cam back towards the engine, and it just all slotted in nicely. The only one thing I've got to do now is try and slide this gasket in between the solenoid and the cylinder head, which it wasn't very easy trying to do it with it on, so I decided that I was going to do it once it was in place. Could be a mistake, we'll see. I think that's alright. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put all the caps back on. So these little things, I'm going to do up the entirety of the intake cam. I'm going to do this side up, and then I'm going to slacken off the tensioner for the chain, which would then leave it in its final resting position. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, they are all now nicely done up. The torque setting is only 10 Newton meters, so I've just made sure that they've all been nipped up tight. That's plenty. The only thing I've now got left to do is to remove the tensioner that the chain tensioner comes with. Keeps it nice and tight, so you can obviously install it like this. Also, I have replaced the little half moon gasket which sits below there, and obviously you watched me replace that little metal gasket. So the only thing, like I say, is to now remove this tensioner, and then this will now allow the chain to be as tight as it needs to be. That is correct setting. And then obviously move backwards and forwards with the variable valve timing. So I don't know if you can see, but it is literally just tensioning up that chain. With that removed, that is now done. So now all I've got left to do is to put everything back together, make sure the gaskets are all sat properly, put the valve cover back on, do it all up, put the coils back in, put the pipe back in, and then hopefully give it a start. So with the engine bay all now back together, there's only a couple of loose ends I need to tackle now, which is one of them is here, which is the pancake pipe. As you can see, I lowered it down because I needed to turn the crank pulley so that I could time it up. So I'm just going to get that popped back in, make sure that these Jubilee clips are back up, put the wheel back on, lower the car down, and there's nothing left to do but start it. Right, just one last thing to do. Let's connect the battery.
So annoyingly, that didn't completely cure the starting problem. It did seem to pick up a little bit quicker to begin with. However, when it's warm, it then goes back to being its real sluggish to start. So I am not going to get defeated just yet. I have ordered a new camshaft position sensor because for some reason I still have that code in place. I've had it running for ages off camera and it runs absolutely fine, which is the annoying part because once it's going it's fine, but it's just getting it to start. So like I say, I'm not going to let it defeat me just yet. I need to get the camshaft position sensor in, see if that makes a difference, because the state of that one doesn't look particularly great anyway. Also, when it's warm, like I said, it's worse, and that cam position sensor is right on the side of the head, and it was really, really hot really quickly. When I took it off, let it cool down, put it back on, the car started a little bit better again. So I'm going to do that next, and then we'll go from there. But it's race weekend next weekend, so the next video you will see will be a race vlog, hopefully showing all the trials and tribulations of racing. So I'm really looking forward to getting that on track, and hopefully you will enjoy that video. So until then, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.